I got to ride shotgun beside Lieutenant Game Warden Jason Huebner and experience a day in the life of these guardians of the land and everything that lives off of it.
It's about 8:40 in the morning right now. We usually like to give the hunters some time to hunt, so you're not going in the field in the middle of their hunt and disrupting them.
That's awful nice of Lieutenant Game Warden Jason Huebner, you might be thinking. But don't forget, game wardens are part of Texas Parks and Wildlife, an organization that realizes the importance of hunting, fishing, and all that comes with it, like managing wildlife populations. At first, we didn't see much except for this porcupine, but he didn't stick around long enough for us to check his license. We did come across some dove hunters. The problem was, dove hunting season closed on public land a few days prior.
If y'all come by the office, get one of those books, read through there.
Dove hunting season was extended in Texas this year, but Twin Buttes is public land and the rules are different. These hunters didn't realize those changes had taken place. Nobody was given a ticket since it is a learning year, but Warden Huebner did remind them this grace period won't last forever. Education is a big part of his job.
And if you got questions, holler at us.
So what else takes up the rest of a game warden's day?
This has been some of the problem out at Twin Buttes right here.
Dealing with this.
You can come down here and somebody will be camping down here and say, well, that's not my trash. So it's difficult for me to prove who's done it.
This lawman finds ways to change the attitude about littering.
It's not their trash can, it's not their ashtray, but we just want them to kind of value this public land that they have the ability to use.
But it's a tough road to pave.
A month later or something like that, someone would bring a new barbecue pit down here, and then they just leave them. And so I don't understand it, but yeah, that's what they do.
Trying to keep up with the land that's open to anyone is a daunting task. So why sign up for a job like this? It all started after a hunting trip with his dad.
We ran into the game wardens. I was probably 13 years old at that time. Anyways, the game wardens ended up seizing the nilgai from us because they couldn't tell, they didn't know whether or not we had shot it on public land or on private land.
Game wardens kept the antelope Jason and his dad processed until they finished their month-long investigation. Jason and his dad were cleared of any wrongdoings, and wardens did return the meat.
But when I first saw those game wardens, I saw their boat. At that time, they had mini 14s, rifles. I thought, wow, that's kind of a cool job to be out here doing that. And so that kind of planted the seed.
This January, he'll celebrate 14 years on a job he still looks forward to, and he's not alone.
Our guys don't have to be told to go to work. They want to go to work. If I could tell them one thing about my job is that it's got an incredible amount of freedom in it.
But don't mistake that freedom for laziness. Game wardens are peace officers and deal with everything from hunting violations to DWI and drug cases.
Anything from they're hunting out there, but they're also cooking methamphetamines.
Criminals often try to stay out of sight, using public land as a hideout. But that's exactly where the game wardens go.
Those are the places that we're patrolling, so we'll run into them in the middle of nowhere, and that's the part where the danger comes into play.
Distance away from backup, no radio communication, and working alone. Just a few hair-raising issues with which the game wardens deal. But Warden Huebner tells me the majority of the time, their interactions with people are positive.
We come across a lot of people that are armed, but most people, 98% of those, 99% of those people are recreating legally.
Again, there have been some changes to the rules when it comes to public access of Twin Buttes, and if you have any questions, you can contact the local Texas Parks and Wildlife office. I'm Sonora Scott. Back to you.